sometimes grabbing a person make it worse for him. I think he has to be able to step back, come.
In the whole of boxing, there's no other greater combination than the combo of Evander Holyfield and Oleksandr Usyk, who happen to be the only two boxers to be undisputed at both the cruiserweight and heavyweight divisions. Interestingly, these two boxers are combining efforts to put an absolute end to Tyson Fury's reign in the heavyweight division, as Evander Holyfield has been training Oleksandr Usyk ahead of their fight. Tyson Fury has been defeated just once, and the defeat came through the super fists of Oleksandr Usyk earlier this year. And should a second defeat come on December 21st, many boxing professionals are advising the Gypsy King to bid the sport goodbye. Well, Oleksandr Usyk and Evander Holyfield had the best time training together, and afterwards, Evander Holyfield gave boxing fans an idea of what would happen on fight night, based on Oleksandr Usyk's performance in training. While many feel Tyson Fury's height and weight advantage would make his punches hit Oleksandr Usyk harder while remaining out of Usyk's reach, Holyfield, who also moved from the cruiserweight division to the heavyweight division, believes Tyson Fury's weight will be a major disadvantage to him, as it'll make his punches slower and heavier. Usyk is a master of footworks and skills, hence he's not expected to fall victim to Tyson Fury's weight plans. In this context, after their training session together, IFL TV recently interviewed Evander Holyfield, the real deal, and he said, referencing their first match in May, that Fury's showboating performance wasn't a great one in the ring. And although he appreciated him getting up after the knockdown in the 9th round, Holyfield admitted that he never thought Oleksandr Usyk would lay his hands on Fury after the first 6 rounds, only for Fury to ruin the flow of the match with his playfulness. In this connection, given Fury's boxing against Oleksandr Usyk, Evander Holyfield believes Oleksandr Usyk is more likely to become the undisputed heavyweight champion since the cat has better qualities.
Forward, step back, boxing is one of the things that grabbing people tend to get them a little bit more aggressive and get them a chance to hit you.
It's going to be a tough fight for both, even though I think Usyk will win, announced Holyfield contemporary Fidelity. Because for one thing, he is a tough fighter. He doesn't give up, and he is quicker. I don't think Tyson Fury would be able to compete with how many punches he's gonna throw, the real deal explained. Usyk almost put Fury away in the 9th round of an absorbing fight, rocking the Brit with a flurry of 14 unanswered punches, which left his opponent leaning on the ropes for support. The Gypsy King somehow survived the onslaught and made it to the end of the fight, but the Ukrainian has previously claimed he can learn from the first bout and perform even better in the rematch. He said, "From the last fight with Tyson Fury, I learned a lot about him. A lot of the things that I saw in the fight I didn't see on TV with all the fights that I saw of Tyson Fury. So, we will prepare even better, and God willing, with God's victory, we will show our best shape again." I have incredible motivation. I'm often told that I've done everything. What is next? There is nothing further. But we just work every day. Every day is a new day. Usyk previously said, "From the last fight with Tyson Fury, I learned a lot about him. A lot of the things that I saw in the fight." Usyk previously said, "From the last fight with Tyson Fury, I learned a lot about him. A lot of the things that I saw in the fight."
Problem. Referee do good work because it's tough sport, boxing, yeah? Last punch мог бы быть. Could be last. Because we're big guy, like that.
Last week, Fury's co-promoter Top Rank's Todd Dubois said, "In those middle rounds, it felt like he was just teeing off on him, and I think he just got a little lackadaisical and confident. I think he learned a lesson, and it was a hard lesson. But I also believe the other guy's going to be better this time because he has more confidence." I think his personality, the way he is in the ring, is just his character. But I think he's going to not take things for granted, and I think learned a hard lesson.
Hey guys, Tyson Fury here. Back in the gym, as you can see. Counting down the days until I can get my redemption.
The former cruiserweight world champion disclosed after Joshua's fight with Dubois that he and Fury exchanged pleasantries before asserting his confidence in winning December's match. A little bit they spoke, yeah, how are you, blah blah blah, this is my friend. Of course, he's like my brother. I too love my London fans. When I win the second time with Tyson Fury, I don't know what's next. I want to rest with my family, he told Boxing King Media.
And then you have one problem, because this position is dangerous. If you wanna do step back like this, not like this, because this.
In a surprising turn of events, when the highly anticipated rematch is just 2 months away, Tyson Fury disclosed that he has not yet initiated his training camp. When probed about his preparations for the rematch, Fury disclosed, "I haven't started training yet. I won't go into camp for a good while. I think I've got 13 weeks today until my fight, so I'll probably start training in about 6 weeks for it. I do about 6-7 weeks training for these fights usually, and I'll be ready to rock and roll on the night. Roll on December 21st, come on."
On Usyk, December the 21st is going to be my time. I've done everything in boxing, but I ain't come back from a loss. And I relish it.
Tyson Fury also took to social media to launch a foul-mouthed rant and warn Oleksandr Usyk about a mistake he made in their first world heavyweight title fight ahead of December's eagerly anticipated rematch. In the first undisputed title clash back in May, Usyk was widely seen as controlling the fight and dropped Fury in round 9, although he was ultimately only awarded a split decision win by the judges. The two men will run it back, once again squaring off in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on December 21st, although it won't be for all 4 major belts this time after Usyk was forced to vacate the International Boxing Federation title, which has since been claimed by Daniel Dubois and defended in his devastating knockout of Anthony Joshua. With the rematch now set for December 21st in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the two boxing kings engaged in a rather unusual pre-fight press conference earlier today, with Oleksandr Usyk turning up in an Agent 47 costume from the hit video game series Hitman.
Universally recognized heavyweight world champion, Oleksandr Usyk. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Not only had Usyk gotten into character by donning the iconic Agent 47 suit and shaving his head, but he also carried with him a military-grade briefcase that hilariously held a picture of him landing one of his patented overhand left hands on the Gypsy King. Never one to back down from a joke, Tyson Fury would himself sign the picture and return it to the dominant 22-0 champion, with his trainer laughing as he noted, "Tomorrow you will find this on eBay." Whilst Fury was happy to go along with Usyk's Hitman impersonation, that isn't to say that the British superstar didn't have an ominous warning of his own prepped and ready.
Here he is, the reigning and defending, universally recognized heavyweight world champion, Oleksandr Usyk.
"I have to be a little bit more focused and a little bit smarter if I am to get the victory," acknowledged Fury, before pointing out that rematches throughout the course of his career have only ever gone one way. Even before the fight, the one and only former undisputed cruiserweight and heavyweight champion, Evander Holyfield, had seen Oleksandr Usyk as the new fighter to join him as the second man to truly conquer both divisions, when Oleksandr Usyk set out to make history against Tyson Fury this year.
Advances in Usyk. Usyk gonna throw more punches, so Usyk gonna hit him a lot. Usyk is a mean guy. He's mean. He's one of them type of guys that it don't make no difference what street he on. He ain't gonna bad back from nobody. Tyson Fury's a big guy, and big guys don't get.
Ahead of what turned out to be a tactical battle for the ages, Holyfield offered his thoughts on the approach that each man should take. The Real Deal took part in the most recent undisputed heavyweight title contest when he faced Lennox Lewis in a rematch back in 1999, losing out by unanimous decision after a contentious draw in their first encounter 8 months prior that many fans felt Lewis deserved to win. A quarter of a century later, and the undisputed heavyweight throne was up for grabs once again, with Fury and Usyk set to be crowned as the first ever four-belt champion of the division. In an interview with TNT Sports, Holyfield explained the game plans that each of the champions should adopt in what will surely be the biggest test in each of their respective careers.
People don't pick on big guys. Usyk don't have to bully him. Usyk know how to fight. He's more prepared. He understands he ain't got the longer arm. Usyk kind of in that era like me. He ain't the tallest. He ain't the shortest. So he had to make more adjustment.
Both of the fighters are great fighters, but both of them fight in two different styles. I think that if the fight becomes not very aggressive, I think that it favors Tyson Fury. If the fight becomes a busy fight, very close, I think that it is going to come out to Usyk. Usyk is a guy that, when it comes down to just fighting, he is a fighter. Tyson Fury is a thinking fighter. If things get to be slow, there is a good chance that he will win. Size has something to do with the style of fight that you fight. Tyson Fury is the tall guy, so if he can keep him out there at range, he has the longer arms, and of course he is going to win. If they get close, then I think it will come down to whoever has got the faster hands. Then the little guy has got faster hands, he takes a good shot, and he is always busy.
But he accustomed to making adjustments. So the fight always gonna work out for the guy who can make the adjustment. So he's the guy that.
So based on that, do you stylistically?
I'm always go to Usyk.
Usyk. Yeah.
I was just like Usyk. I was one of those types of fighters, but if I don't fight the right fight, then I am not going to win them all. That's pretty much the same as when I fought Lennox Lewis. He is the long, tall fighter. He is going to get there faster if I stay away from him. If I stay on him, then I can get him. The event will go ahead on Saturday night in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and is available for purchase on DAZN PPV, TNT Sports Box Office, and Sky Sports Box Office, as Fury Usyk tops an undercard that features an additional 2 world title contests between Jai Opetaia and Myris Briedis for International Boxing Federation Cruiserweight title, as well as Joe Cordina versus Anthony Kakach for International Boxing Federation Super Featherweight. Usyk has undoubtedly cemented his legacy in the sport and is just one of 2 men to have ever been undisputed champion at both cruiserweight and heavyweight. The other to have achieved that feat is the legendary American Evander Holyfield. Speaking to Fight Hype, The Real Deal made it clear that Fury needs to jab his way to victory against Usyk when they meet again. Fury, he's got to use the jab more if he's going to do anything next time. He's going to have to do a double jab sometimes. I think sometimes when he grabs and holds a person, it makes it worse for him. He needs to be able to step back with the jab and come forward. Holding people sometimes gives the other person a little bit more rest and a chance to hit you. After defeat, Fury wasted no time confirming he would activate his contractual rematch clause. The man behind the big fights in Saudi Arabia, Turki Al-Sheikh, has now confirmed the two will run it back on December 21st as part of Riyadh season. However, Tyson Fury has an entirely different plan from Holyfield's advice.
4 weeks to go to the biggest fight of the year, the biggest fight in boxing, me and Usyk, and I'm coming in hot.
Whether he's discovered this as a tool that works for him or his plan is his attempt to disregard the contribution of boxing professionals, he claims his approach is the only way he's sure of defeating Oleksandr Usyk. Last month, the Brit revealed he will be looking to secure a knockout win in December. Speaking in an interview ahead of the console release of the boxing video game Undisputed, when asked what tactic he preferred out of staying on the outside or stepping into a fighter, Fury answered, "I don't know. It's horses for courses, isn't it? It all depends on what I need to do at night. I needed to get Wilder out of there, or he got me out of there, and that's the type of fight it had to be. It had to be a 50-50th gunsling with the biggest puncher in history, or else he'd have chinned me in round 9. Going into the rematch with Usyk, it's going to be the same. I'm going to roll the dice, and it's going to be you or me. Best foot forward and swing away. I've never been afraid to get knocked spark out. I've always put it on the line every time." He added, "There's no secret. I'm going in there to knock you out because I don't think I'm going to get a decision no matter what I do. I don't think I'm going to get a boxing decision. so I'm going to have to take it out of the judges' hands like I did in America that time, and I've got to get him Usyk out of there. Hand on heart, I have to get him out of there to see victory.
I'm coming in hot! Good up! Can't wait. 21st of December, the belts are gonna be mine again!
Ahead of the blockbuster rematch, recent pictures would suggest that Fury is gaining a little bit of extra weight as he looks to secure a finish next month. The two-time heavyweight world champion weighed 262 pounds for his clash, over 30 pounds more than his opponent. Despite giving himself a 10/10 rating for his first outing with the Ukrainian, the Brit insisted that it wasn't the real Gypsy King. In a post uploaded to his Instagram story last month, Fury uploaded a picture of his physique before his defeat in May, captioning it, "Was in the shape of my life, but this is not the GK Gypsy King." In a second image, uploaded alongside it was a snapshot from his second showdown with Deontay Wilder, with Fury writing, "This is him, 19th 11 pounds, bruiser."
Even though I think Usyk will win, because for one thing, he's a tough fighter and he don't give up and he quick.
Shockingly, before the fight in May, Evander Holyfield had assessed the fight from a professional outlook. Hence, Evander Holyfield believed Oleksandr Usyk will target Tyson Fury's eye in their undisputed title clash in May, and recalled what it felt like to have blood running down his face during a fight. Holyfield, often hailed as one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time, retired from professional boxing back in 2014 after a career that spanned nearly 3 decades. Holyfield's career was marked by numerous achievements, becoming the undisputed cruiserweight champion before stepping up in weight to knock James "Buster" Douglas out to become the undisputed heavyweight champion. Holyfield remains the only boxer in history to win the undisputed championship in 2 weight classes, cruiserweight and heavyweight, a feat Usyk is looking to achieve this weekend.
He quicker, and so I don't think that Tyson Fury would be able to compete with how many punches he's going.
Holyfield believes Usyk will look to target Fury's right eye as the Gypsy King sustained a cut during sparring that lead to this weekend's undisputed title fight initially being postponed. But Holyfield claims Usyk has an edge over Fury, whose eye has proved a weak spot since it was savagely cut open by Otto Wallin during his fight with the Swede back in 2019. The highly anticipated bout had been scheduled to take place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on February 17th, but was postponed until May 18th after Fury sustained an injury during camp. Fury, who required 15 stitches after getting caught by Agron Smekici's elbow, is confident his eye has healed despite the incident taking place on February 2nd and insists it won't be a problem on Saturday night.
Fight. Tyson Fury suffers a cut in sparring and it's postponed.
Well, it can happen. It's all depend on, did he have everything on that he's supposed to have on? You have that.
Holyfield has first-hand experience when it comes to dealing with cuts on fight night, as Larry Holmes opened a prior wound over his right eye during their bout in 1992. However, Holyfield, who required 36 stitches, finished the fight and emerged victorious, with Holmes vomiting after the final bell due to total exhaustion. Speaking about his experience dealing with a cut mid-fight and the impact it will have on this weekend's fight, Holyfield told MailSport, "When you get cut, there is nothing quite like the feeling of your own blood. It's warm, really warm. Usually when you get cut, you're tempted to keep touching it, but you make it worse by touching it. The objective after getting cut is not to get it bust again or hit again."
The headgear's on. I don't see how he got hit like that if, because the headgear will be thick enough to, before they hit you in your eye, it hit the pads.
So, the fight is going to be a lot harder for you because you have to be cautious of it. It's pretty aggravating. Tactically, you have to keep your hands up to make sure you are protecting that area during the rest of the fight. Usyk will target that area against Fury on Saturday night. That's boxing. My old thing is that I am going to make you look bad or whatever. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.